Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. As we watch the Bitcoin price consolidate, dip, chop around, up and down, in today's video, I want to zoom out a little bit and talk about the wider crypto market. So, like always, check the timestamps down below in the video description. Seriously, we're covering a lot of different news today, so check the timestamps down below, and let's jump in. What is the most recent update with the SEC versus Ripple? Well, first, Brad Garlinghouse gives some very interesting insight regarding the country of Russia just being banned from the traditional SWIFT network, and is he or isn't he now going to use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, to evade sanctions? Listen to this 90-second clip of Brad saying, no, it's a lie from the mainstream media. It's a narrative. Putin's not going to start using Bitcoin to buy quote-unquote tanks. And here's why. Watch this.
Correct. The sanctions are applied through what I'll call the choke points, the on-ramps and off-ramps. That's true for SWIFT, that's true for Ripple. Regardless of what I'll call just the plumbing of how things are moving, the choke points are the endpoints. So I think, when I step back and look at this, I think there is a lack of knowledge. I think people need to understand that crypto isn't this kind of black box. It's kind of back from when it was known as Silk Road. The industry has come a long way.
So an oligarch, or let's just say Vladimir Putin, couldn't finance tanks through Bitcoin.
Look, one of the things that people don't realize is there's just not enough liquidity.
Yeah.
Russia used to trade pre-sanctions $50 billion of cross-border kind of transactions per day. Crypto does not have anywhere near that. So, look, in the same way that somebody could be taking wheelbarrows of rubles or the Ukrainian currency across to Poland and things like, there are ways you could do that, but it's really not significantly dissimilar.
Why are they so obsessed with it then? It's like so weird.
I think it's a kind of clickbait. It's a hot item. I think people, it adds a relevance and excitement around some of these things.
All right. Very interesting perspective. Brad Garlinghouse saying that Bitcoin, the entire crypto market, is so nascent. It's so small in market cap compared to the rest of traditional markets. Russia's not going to be using it in any big means to avoid sanctions. Give me your thoughts on this down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Give me your thoughts down below. But next up, let's get to the real question. Where do we stand right now with the SEC versus Ripple?
And that the SEC, he was interviewed yesterday, Gary Gensler was, or maybe it was even this morning, and commented that, hey, we're going to lose some cases. This is the definition of regulation by enforcement.
He was going to lose. You think he was saying he's going to lose your case?
I don't know what he was saying. But he did say, hey, we're going to lose some, and we're okay with that. That's the definition.
Where are you on the case? Let's get an update.
The quick update, on Monday was the last day of expert testimony, expert depositions, et cetera. And so the case continues to move forward. We're expecting some decisions from the court, sooner rather than later as it relates to a couple decisions before the court. But look, it's moved slowly. I think Gary Gensler has continued to kind of go with a narrative that crypto is the Wild West. It's not the Wild West. Are there bad actors? Yes, there's bad actors in all parts of...
Well, bad actors in money laundering and U.S. dollars.
I found it fascinating from reading the documents for all the stuff they said about how bad it was that you did an unregistered securities. They never say anything bad about your platform. Why is that? Because it's nothing bad.
Well, the irony there is, we were in the SEC's offices. I met with Chairman Clayton. I was meeting with commissioners. No one ever once said, hey, we think XRP is a security. And then they look backwards and say, now we think it's all a security. That's a hard argument.
Please come back. Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple. We are coming right back.
Okay. So Brad Garlinghouse, of course, I guess you would say this. He thinks that they have the win in the bag. Let me know what you think down below, but let's keep moving. And next up, let's talk about Ethereum 2.0. Is this upgrade still happening? Well, the Ethereum beacon chain, which is Ethereum 2.0, has now surpassed 300,000 validators with over $28 billion in Ether deposits locked. So although the upgrade isn't live yet, more and more people are choosing to lock up their Ethereum, become a validator, and support the upcoming network. Now, the Ethereum community has been running a parallel system at the moment that leverages proof of work and proof of stake via the beacon chain, and eventually proof of work will be phased out. But for now, the beacon chain runs in parallel. And even still today, more and more people are choosing to support. There is over 300,000 validators currently, which is up over 9% year to date, and that represents over 9.68 million in Ether deposits. And even though that eventual switch to proof of stake is coming up, the hash rate for Ethereum mining has never been stronger. Currently, Ethereum mining pools are operating at the highest levels during the course of the Ethereum network's lifetime. So we are at an all-time high for Ethereum hash rate. So the network is still strong regardless. But this brings me to my final question. When should we expect the inevitable switch? When is the final ETH 2.0 upgrade? Well, as of now, it's supposed to be in the summer of 2022 because there is a difficulty bomb, self-inflicted difficulty bomb that's set to go off in June. This self-inflicted upgrade would make it harder and harder for Ethereum miners to mine and eventually phase Ethereum miners out. So at the moment, scheduled for June, but we will see. It has been pushed back many times before, so we will see. And next up, let's talk about Solana, let's talk about the Sandbox, let's talk about Terra Luna. But first, please allow me to take 60 seconds and give a big shout out to sponsor of the channel, BlockFi. Earn an unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on every single purchase with the BlockFi Rewards Visa Signature Credit Card. And I don't know, I just feel like some people aren't getting this. Literally, every single time you buy groceries or gas at a gas station or daily purchases you're going to make anyway, why not earn a little bit of Bitcoin back on every single purchase? Now, what makes this card different from the handful of competition in the space? With this card, there is no annual fee, which cannot be set for much of the competition. There are no foreign transaction fees. And you can see if you're pre-approved with no impact to your credit. There's a link down below. That's blockfi.com/altcoindailycc, link down below. And if you sign up right now, you can earn 3.5% back during your first 3 months on all purchases. So people are using it. Check it out, link down below. Next up, what is happening with Terra Luna? Luna flips Ethereum, becoming the second largest network for staked value. So people are clearly supporting the Luna network, and here are the specific numbers. According to data from Staking Rewards, Terra Luna has flipped Ethereum in terms of stake value with $29.5 billion worth of Luna locked up compared to ETH's $25.9 billion, so around a $4 billion difference. And how many individual stakers is that for Luna? The platform's data shows that there are currently over 226,000 Luna stakers, making it the second most staked crypto asset, with more than 4 times the number of those staking ETH at around 54,000. So 226 Luna compared to 54,000 staking ETH. Of course, Solana leads the staking charts with over 35 billion in staked value. Just something to keep in mind. If you like Luna, you like this, but let's keep moving. Next up, speaking of Solana, Michael Jordan's Solana athlete app, Hair, drops their first NFTs. You can see one like right here. The 6-ring NFTs, 6 rings, are inspired by Michael Jordan's legendary career in the NBA and serve as access passes to the Web3 fan engagement platform. So Michael Jordan fans are flocking to Solana. Hair, a Solana-based fan engagement platform launched by Michael Jordan and son Jeffrey, launched its first NFTs today. The 10,010 NFTs are being sold for 2.3 Solana a piece, or about $221 a piece. Did you get one? Did you get something like this? You might have. And while Michael Jeffrey Jordan was the first to drop his NFTs, the firm has yet to reveal which other athletes will be featured on the Solana-powered platform, but in a Twitter space held today, the team did suggest that NBA legends and current players will be involved. All right, Solana fans rejoice. I'll keep you updated. Next up, huge user growth milestone for the Sandbox, The Sandbox Metaverse hits over 2 million users, begins K-pop partnership. So here are the details. It was actually the long-awaited Season 1 alpha launch that spurred the initial user growth for Sandbox back in late November of last year. But then Season 2 officially went live on Thursday, meaning that any user in Sandbox is able to freely explore 35 different virtual experiences, including a sneak peek of the Snoopverse. So why is Sandbox gaining users? Well, it's because they're adding value. Over 35 different virtual experiences And there are over 200 quests that players can compete to earn a chance of getting an alpha NFT pass, which will reward the owners up to 1,000 sand, worth around $3,000 at current prices. So the gamification of Sandbox. You go in, you check it out, but then you may stay for the quests and the chance to earn NFTs through those quests. Very interesting to see the growth. All right, that is the video. My name's Austin. Like always, see you tomorrow. And for those of you who still haven't picked up your ticket for Bitcoin 2022 in Miami from April 6th through 9th, the biggest Bitcoin conference of the year, be sure to use our code Altcoin Daily for 10% off your ticket. There's a link down below. Join us.